Hey folks, I'm HP and this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is Flintstones. Yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo. Many of you probably don't know that this is a jazz standard. It's a rhythm change. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and become a member of the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Link is in the description box below. So, I'm gonna do an easy version for you today. That also the beginners can follow. So we're gonna talk about the theme. Also the chords. And improvisation. Stuff like that. And it's in 120 BPM, so it's pretty slow, that also the not so sophisticated players among you can follow the tune, and the sophisticated players among you can play the real cool stuff here. I mean, if it's slow, it doesn't mean that it's easier. That means you have more time to think, probably, or not. I mean, when I played on 260 BPM, I must say, because that's the original speed, like Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. That's really fast, you know. But we're gonna check out the theme really slow, easy, and you can put up the tempo the way you want. But for that, everybody can follow. It's a 120 BPM. So let's get started. All right, folks. So this is the theme first, and the theme is basically it's in B flat. So the center scale of the whole thing is, but not the whole tune. So maybe it doesn't really make sense to check out the main scale, but it would be B flat major. This scale here. On the A section. And the melody goes along with this. And the melody is like this. Starts here in the 6th fret, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's the melody. So 6th fret to 8th fret. I tab it up for you. It's, the tab's going to be all tabs going to be available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy, but I'm going to explain that you probably don't need them. So that's the signature thing. Flintstones, meet the Flints, you know. And then comes this here. That's the first part. So then comes the whole thing again. And then the second time you go down here to the B flat here in the 8th fret. But as I said, it goes along of the scale here. The B major scale here, 8, 5, 7, 8, 6, 8. Comes along in here. Yeah, it's really simple. Then comes the B section. The B section, there the chords changes, and then we are not in B flat anymore. Well, it's typical rhythm changes. This is called extended dominant chain. And we have the B section is 2 bars of D7, 2 bars of G7, 2 bars of C7, and 2 bars of F7. As I said, extended dominant chain, or something like this is called. And it's really typical. I mean, that's the main signature thing of, that's called, this musical form here is called rhythm changes. There's a lot of tunes which have exactly this chord structure, maybe variation of it, but this is it's called rhythm changes. So the theme of the B section would be this here. Here in the 5th fret to 7, 7, 5, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3. So and the same thing again here, just it's really simple. Then we have the main theme again. Something like this. Themes is always a thing, you know. I mean, I can play the theme exactly like this way, but if some jazzers say you can be a little bit more free with the interpretation of a theme, some jazzers say you have to be precise on point. It really depends on if you play in an orchestra or not. If you're playing on your own, as we're doing here, you're more free to just play it. So let's play the theme now. That was very straight ahead now, let me more free. It's now more free. Also the B section I'm gonna play a little bit more free. We talk about the improvisation, how you play around the theme in the improvisation part, but now we're going to talk about the chords first, because I was talking about the rhythm change thing. So the rhythm change is basically the A section is always, and interesting, it's like 95% of all rhythm changes I saw, or even 99%, are in B flat. So we have the chords B flat major to G minor 7, two chords in one bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and C minor 7 to F7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. So that will be the main thing. But I'm going to show you chords now which you can play along in a band, and they're a little bit more simple. I select this one here for the B major 7, B flat major 7, that is a B6 9. It's here 5 5 6 6. Here we play the top 4 strings. Then G minor 7, just a borrow here in the 3rd fret. We always play the top 4 strings to C minor 7, move up in the 8th fret to F9. So 1, 2, and a really common way to play chords is syncopizations of 1 and 2, and so 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you have 1, and on 2 you stop, 1, 2, and then on 2 and you continue chords 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. You know, that's the way you can play chords, or also other methods, but it would go too far if it will go more into different variations. Just one version which you can play here: 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that works for the A section. Form is A, so 2 times A, then comes the B section. The B section, as said, is the extended dominant chain. we have D7 to G7 to C7 to F7. And we are playing the D9. And we also play on the higher, on the top 4 strings again. So this is here, 4th fret, 5th, 5th, 5th. D7 to G7, 9, 13. Sounds really complicated, but it's just this one. This one here. 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th, 5th. So then comes C7, we select the C9. Here is the same as D9 to F9, 13. And we do the same thing with the syncopization. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Okay, so that will be that. Now I got to play with the track that you see how it works with the syncopization. 2, 3, 4. Now on the B section. So these were the chords. You can make a nice chord effect when you press a little bit against the guitar and make a kind of a... See, I press against the guitar and make a kind of chorus effect. You press against here and then that's the way it works. Yeah. Good. So that was pretty fast, I would say. I thought it was going to be a really long tutorial, but probably not. Well, you can talk months about rhythm changes. You know, I'm really showing a way to handle rhythm changes here, and not like you're the big pro on rhythm changes. After when going through this tutorial, you just are able to play them. That's the thing. And Flintstones is a really cool tune, and it's rhythm change. So let's talk about the improvisation. How do we do the improvisation? One way to enter the improvisation is just to play around the theme, you know. So you, as an example, you just add some stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I somehow played the theme a little bit, but in between I played other stuff. And there's a really common method when you start an improvisation. You first guide the listener through the theme again. So you play the theme a little bit again, and you start moving away from the theme and getting more into free improvisation. But of course, first you just need to play the theme a little bit and then get into improvisation. That means, especially on rhythm changes, that means you need to know how to play in improvisation. And on the A section, it's no problem, because the A section, you can you can read books and books about this, how to play rhythm changes. But the easiest way and the most effective way for guitar players is to play the major blues scale. That will be this one here. So you play the B flat major scale here. It's pretty similar to the minor pentatonics. 6th fret, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 6th, 3rd. And you add the blue note, and that will be here. The 4th. And here. Then you can play any kind of bluesy stuff, but in major pentatonics. That will be something like this works, you know. Here, 3, 5, 3, 6. You highlight the blue note here in the 6th fret. You know, something like this works pretty good. So you play the theme. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like this. Really simple stuff, you know, but it works and it's cool stuff. I'm gonna show you with the track. It's really simple. I was just playing around the blue note here, and it's jazzy, it's cool, and it's the phrasing which makes it. I thought I was pulling the phrasing around, and it really works cool. You know, just the way you know how to play blues, you work a little bit around the timing. You can do the same thing again, and somehow you start refer to the main theme, you know. Yeah, so see, that really works. I mean, you can play any kind of licks. What really makes sense to check out the lick which I just showed. Something like this, or this. That's a typical jazzy lick. You highlight the blue note. Something like this, and you play around the root note in the 3rd fret of the G string. That really works, you know. And what also helps if you play the whole thing in triplets or sextols. So you play either in triplets, the scale. Triplets be 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Now this. These are triplets. Sorry, I thought it was sextol. So that will be the speed if you want to go into double time. That was the first part. So that one you can play along the way you already know blues. playing the blues scale, just in this case playing the major blues scale and not the minor blues scale. Now the B section traditionally is the point. Some rhythm change tunes, they don't have any theme there. There's just free improvisation. So there you don't follow the, in the B section you don't follow the theme anymore. In this case you start to improvise whatever you want. And then you need to know what to play. We have these extended dominant chains, and we are playing, well, there are many possibilities, but the most convenient one is the one you play mixolydian on all of them. That means on D7 you play D mixolydian, on the G you play G mixolydian, that will be this scale. On the C you play C mixolydian, is this scale. And on the F you play F mixolydian, that will be here. Well, these are just patterns now. If you know other patterns, of course, you're welcome to do that as well. Now, how do you play mixolydian stuff? I mean, let's do it on the D. So this will be the scale. That's the scale. So what really works on mixolydian is count them through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. You count through the intervals, and the 3 is the most important note. Why? Because you always play approach notes on the 3. You play, so 1, 2, 3, this is the 3. Approach note is from below, half step below. See? Because nobody plays scale up, scale down on mixolydian. You always play with this approach note. You can play the scale with the approach note if you want, and that really works. And that's the way you play mixolydian. Of course, you first need to know the scales here, or the modes in all positions, to really figure out. If we go to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7 on. So here 1, 2, 3. So the 3 is here. So the approach note is here. You know, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3 here. Is here. On C you count through 1, 2, 3. Here's a 3, flat 3. And on the F the same, 1, 2, 3. Probably here we take it here. 1, 2, 3 we take it here. Flat 3. Or here. Again, I need to quickly go to the part. Where's the... Here comes the B section. Here goes the B section. See? That's the way it's done. I mean, the most easiest way, you know. I just was playing. I was just playing the approach note and the triad. So you count through, find out where the 3s, and then play the approach note, and they're pretty much well to go. I'll play once again. Now it comes B section. Or you take the octave higher. I'll show you. Yeah, so let's play the whole improvisation now, a little bit of the theme, and then the B section. Now comes the B section. Back to A section. Yeah, stuff like that. As I said, rhythm change is a science on its own. Some people spend 20 years to find out, looking for the qualm in rhythm changes, and they probably find it after 20 years. For me personally, it's only my way. I found it the best way to see rhythm changes on guitar this way. First part, I know there are people there following the chords and doing this Coltrane stuff, but I don't find that so cool for guitar. I tried, but I didn't like it. So I'm more if you want to have a bluesy approach, that's the way to do it. You work with the major blues scale, and in the B section you work with the mixolydian stuff. However, yeah. So that would be a way to approach the improvisation of rhythm changes. Of course, it's not done in 20 minutes, as I'm talking here probably about 20 minutes about this. It's just the first door to this world of rhythm changes, the first step to start to do jazzy stuff on rhythm changes, which is for many guitar. I know from my studies at the university, for many guitar players, rhythm change was something which was too hard for them when they just played any kind of blues or rock stuff. That was way easier, but rhythm change is something which most of the guitar players had their difficulties. So that's my solution for guitar players. Yo. Yeah, guys, one more to say. As I said, Flintstones is rhythm changes, and this is, I showed you the theme, the chords, and you can mix the whole thing up. I'm going to play a full section at the end now of this tutorial that you see I can mix this stuff together. But as I said, it's a science on its own. So if this is the first time you're doing this, just take your time, enjoy what you're doing, and don't think too much it's so complicated. You get used to it, I must say. I was always afraid of rhythm changes myself, because we need to play them fast. I can play them fast, but for today not. But that's a way to do it. If you have any questions about this or comments, please go to the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. There you also find the tabs and the backing track for this. And if you want to have additional information, you can ask. If you can say more precise what your questions are, probably can put in some licks for you, additional licks which you're asking for, to get an idea of this or to proceed into rhythm changes. So yeah, just join there. To download the stuff, you need to make the premium membership upgrade. but the discussions are for free. If you just want to discuss, that's for free, but the download's not. Good. I'm going to play now the last section of this one here, that you get an inspiration of. It's really advisable to listen to other guys. How do they do it to get an inspiration? You know, I can say, play this lick, play this lick, play this lick. That doesn't make sense in jazz. You need inspiration, you need to listen to other guys, how they're doing it and stuff like that. And I give you one example now how to hope that don't fail. I just gave you a possible inspiration with the material I was just talking about. So, bye guys.
Ba-doop,